Any questions? Yes, sir.
Sorry, where do you put Russia in this model? And probably even more interesting, Soviet Union.
Okay.
Russian Empire.
Russian Empire. Yes, I am very, yes, it's a very good question. And I would like to tell you something. When I wrote the first chapter about the liberal thinking and freedom of speech and the freedom of thinking, I thought this is the core value of innovation. Everyone has to be free. Democracy, according to the Western thought, democracy, and everyone has to be free to speak whatever he wants. And then I noticed that Russia, China, that was a very close society. But what is the pattern in those societies? Also, in the 15th century, in the Tang Song and in the Islamic Empire, it was very high innovative civilization, but they didn't have so super freedom of speech. But what is the pattern? The pattern, what I have seen, is stability. Stability, political and economic stability, it's the main value of a value creation. It's the main value. I have seen that in Egypt. Egypt was on the growth, actually, until 2011, the Arab Spring, and everything deteriorated down. Russia, it was okay. The USSR, it was one of the most innovative countries, astronomic, powder guns or anything Russia was actually producing. The idea was perfect, but came 1990, and Russia was actually in the darkest age of the modern history of Russia. And then revive again with the new system, what you have today. You have a good system today, which will move you and get you up to a better stage of innovation. This is what I see Russia today. Stability, it's a very, very important.
What about market? You missed the market, which, from my point of view, is an extremely important factor.
Yeah, better to.
The question is how the market is important for innovation, because probably the problem with innovation in Soviet Union was connected with lack of the market for innovative products and all this stuff.
Yes. Actually, when I talk about Soviet Union, you said it, Soviet Union, USSR, it was 50 countries. That was Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Azerbaijan. That was a diverse of people, diverse of faces, diverse of beliefs, created a huge, innovative society. Russia is smaller today, much smaller, exactly like Austria. It was the Austro-Hungarian Empire. We had the best time in the 18th, 17th century. The music, industrial, Schumpeter in the 18th century. So, and then shrunk. Why? The market also shrunk. You don't have market anymore. So I believe Russia should, and they have the resources, they have the brains, they have the universities, but they should learn to think more about market. And this guy, he did. I appreciate what he did, really, because he took actually the challenge of the sanction, the biasness of the West to the Russian, and he created out of it a huge value to have really the second biggest cheese producer in Russia. And it is the best, my opinion. I eat your cheese all the time. So it is very good. So that's why I believe this is what the Russian society needs. Number one, you need really self-confidence, a real self-confidence that you can do it. Number two, you have to try to fail, and you have to back up. And this is exactly what the new generation in the Russian society they have to do. And I believe, I don't know too much about Russian government, but this is what I think should be the way to get up innovation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Hesham. We have another question over here.
Yes.
First of all, let me thank you for an interesting book. While waiting for the opening, I read through a big chunk of it, and very interesting. Thank you for the presentation. The question I have is a kind of continuation of your book. We stopped in China as a place where innovation is going on, right? But I hope, you know, rise and the decline of Chinese empire will survive, so there will be movement. Where do you expect next place with the most intense intellectual innovation and so on?
It's a very, very good question. I didn't think about it because I just described actually the past and the present. And for the future, I believe the main elements of innovation, I put it very clear in the book, how to be innovative. It's very clear in my innovation model. And I think any country will adopt actually this model because this model based on a pattern from the history. I believe any country will adopt that. It will be sitting on this innovation path. But which country exactly, I'm not sure. Because to be honest with you, what happens today with the pandemic, there is nobody is immune. You can overnight destroy everything. Overnight, countries are gone. Overnight, companies are gone. So the most important thing, what I would like to sit back and to think about it, how to recover, how to learn the way of thinking. And this is what I learned really in the business school. I was 42 years old when I went to the business school, and I thought I cannot think. The only thing what they teach you there, how to think. And how to think, I believe, you have to believe in yourself, and you have to observe, and you have to say your opinion and execute. This is the innovation model. And this is, I hope, any country can do.
I guess globalization is not that bad, right?
Exactly, sir.
And thank you for your presentation, the first. Talking about globalization. As I understand, the most interesting innovation ideas are born in age of differences between people, society, and scientific and other. And what do you think? This is globalization, standardization of society, will be really big problem for innovation development in the deep future?
Actually, this is an upside down. I believe globalization is the only solution for innovation. And we can see it very clearly now in the pandemic. Globalization has been stopped. The flow of trade between countries stopped. The flow traveling stopped. Everything has been decreased to a number it's not normal. I mean, traveling has been decreased to 70 to 80%. The trade, the global trade has been reduced to almost 50 to 60%. I have seen it in my own business. Globalization is gone physically, but virtually, it's still going and growing. If you look at Netflix, Google, Zoom, the value of those companies went up and up and up, and you are coming. So we can see actually a globalization in not a physical way, but a virtual way. Exactly like now, we have 50 people of you, but we might have 500 people virtually. This is also a transmission of information from one to the other, but not physically, virtually. So I believe globalization is actually as well, it is a biological thing. It will die, go up again, revive, and so on. This is the cycle of human being. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hafez. It's very interesting. It was a very great presentation. I'm very much looking forward to reading your book because it sounds fascinating to look at. Is it on? To look at innovation through the lens of history. And I wanted to ask you, when do you think, or do you think that there will come a point where innovation is not going to be driven by humans anymore, and through modern artificial intelligence, through modern systems, innovation will be driven by artificial intelligence?
This is very interesting. The new idea will come from human. The methods to develop those ideas, it will come from the AI. The AI, the artificial intelligence, will tell you what to do, but will not tell you what you have seen and you have to discover, because it has an emotion effect inside. And the AI does not have emotion. We might see later on an AI will tell you, oh, your face is bigger, it means you are angry, or your face is smaller, you are smiling, or your eyes has been a little bit bigger, and your shaven head face will be very angry. It means your emotion will lead you to 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe it will come, I believe, but it's still, the AI will work with the data which are actually provided by humans. And I can see my son, he's studying data science, and he's studying philosophy. And all the big companies right now, when you come into Google, Facebook, all the big companies, they ask you to study for 6 months, ethic or philosophy. Because all those data which is coming into the system, we have to have kind of conscious, some emotion to put it into the system. So I believe innovation, it is a human creation, and the AI is a human creation, and they will live together. They have a homogene together. I believe so. Yes, sir.
I have a question here as well. In your mind, once we talk about innovation globally...
I cannot hear you, yeah.
Do you hear it now?
Yeah,
okay.
yes, yeah.
Yeah. What is your opinion about the next big thing once we talk about innovation globally? For instance, Henry Ford invented belt conveyor system once, yeah, and it changed the way the things are assembled. Or Motorola invented mobile phone, yeah, it changed the way. So in foreseeable future, what can you see as the next big thing? Yeah.
The next big things, what we are seeing right now is the blockchain and the digital currency and the crypto. And the crypto and the digital currency is the globalization 2.0. The first transfer of data and knowledge was internet, right, in the 90s. And now this is actually transfer of knowledge, and for the first time, we will have a private currency, not a central bank currency. And that will change a lot of things. That will change the trust between the people, the blockchain technology. It will change your thought about everything, because you are not my enemy anymore, the populace. The people, they are going into nationalism and populism and racism. I can buy from Alexei, you can buy from Alexander, you can buy from him, from him, from him. I don't need the third person, right? So this is actually will be the big thing, I believe, and AI will help for it. This is the big innovation, what we see it, and we see all the kids right now, they are doing cryptocurrencies, and the cryptocurrency is nothing but idea and software and the methods which actually creates a lot of value to the companies. And they made those intangible assets, they made it into a currency, which is actually, again, it's an innovation that you create actually value out of idea, software, methods, and you make it as a currency, which is actually as good as gold or better than gold because it evolves all the time. The gold stays as it is, right? But those idea is evolving. So
Thank you. You just confirmed my best guess. Yeah, blockchain was my best
You're
guess.
okay. That's your ass. Anything, the young lady? Yeah.
I got the mic.
Hi.
Hi, Hesham. My name is Paulina. Thank you for the wonderful presentation. It's a great pleasure to meet such an expert in innovation history. But my question would rather be personal. Like there are some big innovations, like paper creation or manufacturing and stuff, that changed the whole world and internet, of course. And there are some smaller innovation, but still very important for particular people, like a brand new way for cheese manufacturing. And my question is, can you name an innovation that changed or had a significant impact on your personal life?
Oh, many, because it's evolved every day. Every day when you wake up in the morning, you are a new person. You innovate new things. You add value to your life. Is exactly when you drink and you eat. You add value to your life. Your brain is the same story. And I have so many issues. Actually, I reinvented and invented and reinvented. So it is actually ongoing process. You cannot say really what it's done, because when I started my business and it came to a point where I couldn't go anymore up, and then reinvent it and get up again and fall back, and then we start to bring it up again. So it is a really ongoing process. I would really imagine all this innovation stuff is like your body. It is a sales. Some dies, some revival, survival. This is exactly the cycle of any Homo sapien. This is the cycle of life.
Thank you.
Thank you.